Hey friends. um okay. I can explain myself. I I can explain myself, okay guys? So my dear friend Cass. Oh, how nice. She's so great to me. She's so nice to me. She found this. It's a dream team dating sim where you can date George, Dream, or Sapnap. And I just went, wait, I forgot to, wait, gosh, dingity ding dang dang. Forgot to set up my, forgot to set up my, I always forget to set up my captions. I need to get better at that. I'm doing it right now. So, basically, my friend found this dating sim for George Sapnap and Dream, and I was like, please send it to me. You don't understand. I need to play it on stream because that would be hilarious. Because it would be so funny. And now I don't know. Hey Alexa, we're playing a Dream Team dating sim, and I'm gonna try it out. I've never played a dating sim before, and I have. I played the Kentucky Fried Chicken one. So we're gonna just hit start, and we're gonna see how this goes. 8:59 p.m. You stretched in your seat. I need to turn off auto. In the process of getting ready for a match of Hypixel with your friends when you've gotten a notification on your phone. Listen, Alexa, I don't know, but Cass sent it to me. It was an alert from Twitch. Your favorite streamers are online. You finish setting up and proceed away for your friends in the lobby, thinking that they were taking quite a long time while you decided to put the stream up on your phone. Hi, hello, welcome to the stream, guys. I'm here with Georgia Sapnap. Say hi. Hi! I'm gonna do the accents. Hello. We'll be doing another Minecraft challenge for this stream. This challenge, we coded it so that we... Suddenly, their voices began to fade out as your eyelids started to feel heavy. You tried to fight against the urge to shut your eyes, but it was proven futile as you felt your body fall back from your seat, completely blacking out. Thud. You let out a groan as you felt your back collide with the ground. You assumed that you had landed on your apartment floor until you heard 3 different voices from above you. I wonder who that could be. That was a really harsh fall. Do you think they're okay?
I don't know.
Wait, it just... Dude, it straight up used Sapnap's voice in this. I don't know, Dream. Why don't you try landing on a 140 block fall with no MLG? Wait, is this taking place in Minecraft? Dream? That name sounded familiar. That sound effect ringing in your ear was just as familiar too. Okay, let her in. Oh goodness, I gotta let in my cat. Oh goodness, I have to stop the stream. I have to stop the entire stream to let in my kitty cat. Come in, kitty cat. Kitty cat is inside now. Baby jaguar is now inside. Okay, I'm going on. You began to stir awake and attempt to open your eyes. Baby jaguar, please, not right now. I'm trying to stream. Thank you. Wait, gosh, they're waking up, I think. You're in bed with 3 familiar faces looking down at you in concern. What? What is this, dude? Hey, are you okay? Here, let me help you up. What? You're actually in Minecraft, dude. You were brought up to your feet by the tall male in front of you, your arms immediately flailing about as you try to regain your balance. You then began to pat the dirt off of your pants as you come to the realization that you're surrounded by 3 of your favorite content creators. You're probably so confused right now. I go by Dream. What's yours? What's my go by? Alexa, what should my name be in this, dude? Slut. You introduced yourself. Dream grins. Slut, nice to meet you. Dream was then pushed over to the side by Brunette, who had a bandana tied around his forehead. He seems to be a really energetic person. Hi there, slut. I'm Sapnap. Sapnap, you didn't have to shove me. You just weren't quick enough to move out of the way. You bashfully nodded and waved back to the two as they both began to bicker. You heard a sigh coming from your right and looked towards a shorter brunette. I'm really sorry for those two. This is all completely normal.
Hello.
I'm George. Pleasure to meet you, slut. George then cleared his throat loudly enough for the other two to hear. Wait, so what's our plan now? Obviously, we're stuck in a Minecraft world, but we can't stay here forever. Flustered, Dream and Snapnut had fixed themselves and focused on the situation at hand. I know, Alexa, it's so funny. How do you think we can get out of this? Any ideas? It seemed that they have discussed this before you had arrived, confirming that everyone was from the real world and was not a bot built into the game's code. I should not have picked a game where I have to read because I have a stutter, but it's fine. Seeing you fall from apparently 140 blocks high also served as enough evidence that you too were real to them. A moment of silence had passed for a while as all four of you tried to think of a solution. Free the end? Everyone turned to Dream. The what? The end. We find the stronghold, beat the end dragon, and free the end. Just like how we usually do our challenges. I'm not sure if this will help us get back, but it's worth a try, right? The what? But then this is us, Dream. We're not our characters anymore. We're actual people stuck in their places. We can't just die and respawn. 0 hearts and we disappear. How are you so sure about that? We don't know if that's true. Sapnap, out of the blue, proceeded to punch George. He just punches him. A glimpse of George's health had appeared on top of his head for a split second with his last heart split in half. Dream's face faltered at this. Of all people, Snapnap, you really had to choose. So if we're going to finish the game, we all have to be careful. You nodded along, gazing up to see that you had half of your entire health bar down due to your fall earlier. Alright then, let's split up since it's almost nighttime. I'll go mine for ores. George, you go get us as many wood as you can. Sapnap, find us a proper place to reside in for now. Reside. Okay. What do I do? As 3 of them went their separate ways, you were left on your own. You wanted to help out too, so you decided to. Let's get some wood. You decided to walk towards the path George had taken, one leading deeper into the forest biome. Slut! So you decided to catch up with me. You nodded as you went to the opposite side of the tree. He was getting materials from, starting to break it down. I'm so glad you went with me. This way we could get more supplies a lot faster. You smiled at him as you went to another tree to gather more materials. After a bit of silence passed between you two, George spoke up once more. So, you play Minecraft. I'm pretty sure you know of us. Is there anything you'd like to do in particular that got you into it? Let's just focus on getting more wood. You'd rather focus on the task at hand rather than to participate in small talk. Besides, it'd mean that you could get back to the real world quicker. The faster everyone reunites after this. Not much of a talker, You paid him no mind as you continued to obtain more wood. Once you feel like the amount of materials you've gotten was enough, you peer back and see George waiting for you to finish up. Let's head back, yeah? You nodded as you both make your way back when Sapnap had called out, Guys, I found a ruined portal! Snapnap in my mind is a surfer dude. The boys, oh my god. The both of your heads snapped, wait. Yeah, okay. Oh no, I didn't read it! Nice find! As everyone reunited, they huddled around the ruined portal. Dream and George had exchanged the materials they had obtained, successfully creating a crafting table. Dream creates enough stone axes and pickaxes for everyone to be able to defend themselves when needed. George then stashes the crafting table in his inventory. Now, let's see what the chest has in store for us. He motions for Snap to take the lead. The brunette bounds over to the chest buried in between the netherrack, opening the lock up and revealing the items locked in. So, what do we got? A gapple. A gapple. There's also flint and steel, a few golden ingots, an enchanted golden helmet, and some obsidian blocks. Snap then quickly sweeps a hand into the chest before anyone could speak up. I call dibs on the flint and steel. George rolls his eyes before approaching the chest. Then I'll grab the helmet. Dream was the last to approach the chest, bringing out the 2 remaining items. He holds them both in his hands as if to weigh his choices. Here, slut. He tosses a golden apple to you. You glance at it for a second before looking back up towards the blonde. He simply smiled back at you. You'll need it more than I do. Oh, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, Dream. It's so funny, Alex. I can't. Besides, these will be handy later on. I literally can't. You were about to speak up when the sound of groaning was heard all around you. The 3 of you had lost track of time, and as night came upon all of you, numerous mobs had begun to spawn. Guys! There's a village down here. Find a 1-block hole, that's my marker! Upon hearing this, Dream had already sprinted ahead, leaving everyone else to follow his lead. As you all ran, you heard a yelp from someone behind you. Ah! George! George was wrestling with a zombie. Snap also turned his head around and immediately wielded his axe. As you looked behind the younger brunette, you spotted a creeper approaching his way. Oh, God. Wait, I have to make a decision now? Why not? You called out for Snap to take a big stride to the side as you struck the creeper behind him. You nodded at him to continue his way to George. As the creeper began to flash white, you hit the mob one more time. It recedes into dust as a few orbs of EXP had taken its place. When you turn around, you see Snap pushing George off in front of him in an attempt to get him to move. He passes by you as you turn back to run with them towards the village. Thanks for having my back, slut. Dream turns around. Are you guys okay? All 3 of you nodded in response. Alright then, come on, we're almost there. You all hobbled over to the nearby village. Dream had shoved a random door open and ushered all of you inside, breaking any lever or button nearby the entrance to ensure that no other mob could get in. He really didn't have to, but it was better safe than sorry. Sorry. I saw the villager. Dream then sighed as everyone attempted to catch their breath. Anyone hurt badly or anything? You, George, and Snap glanced at each other for a minute before shaking your heads all together. Dream sighed in relief before glancing at the iron golem doing its job to protect its village through the window. Well, it seems like we're in a library. Might as well make the most of our time here and rest up until daylight comes. Dream and Snap nodded at this. Dream continued to stay nearby the door, keeping watch of the mobs outside. Snap had decided to sit by the staircase to the upper floor of the library. George had already gone up to check out the many books on the shelves. You took this as a time to breathe and venture around. I want to know more about books. I want to talk more about biomes. I want to know more about books. You decided to head upstairs. You wanted to see what the library had in store for you. Hearing your footsteps approaching, George sees you standing at the top of the stairs. Slut! He smiles as he puts a book back in the shelf. You question him as to why he did that, as he seemed quite interested in it. Oh, it was nothing, really. You don't buy it one bit, but you let it slide. You stood next to him as you peered at the multiple books with enchantment table language. Baby Jaguar, I cannot give you attention. I am streaming. I'm trying to provide a living for the both of us. Okay? Anyways, you stood next to him as you peered at the multiple books with enchantment table language engraved on their spines. Your fingers brush against the leather before George clears his throat. So, books. You like books too? It takes my mind off of some things, let's say that. Some things take too much of a toll in the real world, so you turn to the compiled pages and immerse yourself into it. George nods along. The things can get out of hand, don't they? If you'd like, I'd give you recommendations once we're out of here. Dream and Snapnap aren't exactly into the genres I like, so maybe you'd like them. You smiled at him and he smiled back. I didn't know Dream and Snapnap could read, dude. Guys! I think my cat wants outside. Oh no. Please, kitty cat. I'm trying to stream. Ooh, I'm trying to stream, baby jaguar. Baby jaguar, I'm trying to stream. Out you go. Now I can stream without baby jaguar. Sun's out. Let's go and loot this place. Oh, that's rude. Just stealing everybody's stuff. Okay. Everyone assembled themselves nearby the entrance of the library. Main focus is to find more iron. If you guys found enough, craft a shield for each of you. I'll look for a furnace and smelt the ones I've mined. I'll keep an eye out for more too. And look for food too. We'll be needing more of it later on. Dear God. Everyone nods and heads off in various directions. You enter a nearby house greeted by a villager who stares at you for a moment before leaving the structure. You shook your head at the random encounter before climbing up the stairs to see a chest in the corner. Opening it, you were greeted by 4 pieces of bread, 2 iron ingots, and an apple. Smiling, you stash all of them into your inventory before heading out. You meet up with Sapnap and George as they both emerge from a nearby house. George approaches you. He gives you a shield and an iron pickaxe to replace your stone one. You noted that he was able to make enough for everyone. Turning around to the sound of footsteps approaching, you see Dream returning with more iron ingots and a bunch of buckets in his hands. George also made his way to the blonde, handing him his share of the new iron assets. Dream nodded at him in thanks. Nice! Alright, Sapnap. I'm dying. Huh? How many obsidian blocks are in the chest? Sapnap pondered for a bit. I think there were 2. Dream glanced down at the buckets he had with him and handed a few over to George. Alright, George, you go and get water. I'll go ahead and get some lava. Sapnap, I'll stay here and light the new portal up. You stay here and light the new portal up. Dream bounced off to the opposite direction, and while George walks to the nearby brook, Sapnap walks down the path towards the ruined portal area. Well, I guess I'm already flirting with George, maybe? I don't know, man. You sped up a bit and caught up with George. This is something, that's for sure. Okay. He smiles as you both fall into step. I thought it was gonna say fall asleep. I was like, damn, that was quick. As you approach the small body of water, why did it get quiet? Oh, because the music is looping. Okay. As you approach the small body of water, George crashes down and scoops up enough water into the bucket. You seem really easy to talk to, slut. How are you with your friends on your end? Here. I'll just say that. You smile as you thought of your friend group. They always knew how to brighten up your day when it gets too much. You would do anything to make it to them, to make it to Papa. Please, Alexa, I can't. It's so funny. I'm so glad I chose this name. You would do anything it takes to make them just as happy. George smiles at this. I can't, dude. I can't. It just zooms in on George. Oh, wait, I can look around too? What? Dude. Oh, God. I feel the exact same. The thing that's funny is it just zoomed right in on George's face for like a solid 5 seconds and then backed up. I give them everything I have if it meant having smiles on their faces too. You can hear the fondness dripping from his voice. The other 2 seem to be very dear to him, you concluded. I wonder why. It's not like they're best friends or anything. Let's head back. You nodded before walking right behind him, following the path back towards the ruined portal. You guys got the stuff? Everyone raises their blah blah blah, their needed item, confirming that they all had what they needed. Dream smiles at this before beginning to call George to his side to help complete the portal altogether. You stood by the side as the 3 other members had grouped up together to speed up the portal building process. Once they were all finished, Sapnap flicked the stone in his possession and flared the new nether portal to life. Wait, what? Why did they make a new one? Why didn't they just use the one? Whatever. The four of you grin at the success of your first half of the plan. Sapnap then glances around to everyone else. So, is everyone ready? Dream points to George. Wear your helmet, George. Oh, yeah. George quickly applies the helmet and gave out a thumbs up. We're ready. Wait, why is there no helmet animation? This is so sad. Also, why are all of their hair sparkling? Anyways, Sapnap nods and you all usher over to the line of blocks right before the portal. You inhale deeply and exhale slowly and attempt to calm your nerves before entering the portal. You peer over to the side to see the other three doing the same. Dream then began to count. Inhale, exhale. I know! On 3. 1, 2, 3! As Sapnap shouted, all four of you had jumped into the portal at the same time. Please, Alexa, please. I beg. After feeling light for a split second as you thread through two different worlds, you feel gravity pulling you down as you entered a warmer surrounding. You decided to take a step down from the obsidian platform with the disorientation catching up to you. You had fallen onto your knees and clutched your head. Teleporting from one world to another isn't exactly as fun as it seemed. The other three simultaneously groaned as they landed. Oh no, Slut, are you okay? Wait, does it say that? No, I'm not okay. I'm not okay, Alexa. Thank you for being concerned, though. Yeah, hopefully we're never doing this again. I second that. Shaking his head, Dream stood up and batted away the netherrack dust that had gotten all over him from the fall. You and the other two had followed his lead and did the same. Dream gazes around the view of endlessly dripping lava, trying to let the scene sink in. The nether. You can hear the dread in Dream's voice, and you were about to approach him about it before he turned around with a stern look on his face. Gather a bunch of netherrack. We'll all need it. Wait, why do I need netherrack? Wait, am I playing Minecraft wrong? You all nodded and split off, and you bounded off to the side, creating a small strip mine to easily gather a big amount of nearby material. As you mined away, you heard a loud gas echo from outside the cave. Guys! The fortress is right here! Gasp. You raised your eyebrows in surprise. It was near spawn. That's so lucky. You hurriedly mined a bit more netherrack before running outside, catching up to Sapnap, who evidently done the exact same. Why do I need netherrack? I still don't understand. Nice find, Goggy! I'm sorry. I didn't think they'd actually say Goggy. It was on the list out of things that would be said, but I didn't expect it. George seemingly cringes at the nickname, but was cut off from reacting due to the fact that Dream had ruffled his hair. Oh, some Dream Not Found action? Everyone follows George's leads towards the structure. As your group approaches the nether brick walls, so which of them are you trying to fuck? That's all of them. As your group approaches the nether brick walls, everyone took turns in using their bundles of netherrack to maneuver up to an entrance. I think I'm gonna go for George, Alexa. Because he's British. As you helped each other up the ledge, George gasped as the wither skeleton attacked him. He had managed to bring up his shield in time to block it. Dream and Sapnap. George! I'm fine, let's just go! He shoves the mob back as everyone darted off to the opposite direction. Dream points towards a nearby blaze spawner, calling Sapnap to his side. As they both began to farm for the needed blaze rods, George was busy defending the area from other mobs that have followed you. What am I doing? I'm doing like nothing this entire time. The two different mobs began to multiply as time passed, and you knew you had to help out somehow. Assist George. Why is Dream not an option in any of this? Am I not allowed to daydream? Is that just a thing? You bounded over to George as quick as you can, swinging your axe as the nearby wither skeletons before shoving the others away with your own shield. George looks at you in surprise. I can't! The close-ups are just so funny to me, dude. Slut, you... But he was cut off when two more skeletons had bumped against him. He's so sexy. No! No, Alexa, no. No, Alexa. Control yourself. But he was cut off when two more skeletons had bumped against him. You reprimanded him, saying that it isn't the right time to complain about your split-second choices. He silently nodded, working on defending the other two as they handled each other's sides. We have enough, let's go! You all fought your way through the fortress grounds and went to the nearby netherrack field. As you dashed through the terrain, you noticed Dream and the others weren't heading for the portal. You racked your brain as you wondered why, but remembered that you needed the easiest and quickest way that you could all think of obtaining ender pearls, and that was through piglin trade. We don't have any gold, though. You all look for a biome that had enough mobs that you are available for trading. Dream hollers over to you guys to dig up a hole to surround at least 2 or 3 piglins. George patches his golden helmet over to Dream as he tosses gold ingots towards the hog-like humanoids, leading him to the hole you all made. With no gold to pass the piglin's taste, the others have begun to run towards everyone else. Sapnap was Sapnap was on one end of the pit fighting against 2 ghasts that have simultaneously spawned. George was on the other end fending off piglins and a few other wither skeletons that have followed your group. Dream, make it quick! I'm trying! Dream! Fight off piglins. Making up your mind, you took long strides towards the older male, who seemed to have a tiny bit of trouble fighting off the mobs. You told George that you can handle the skeletons. You told George that you can handle the skeletons and have him run around the area as much as he can to stall for time for Dream to make the sufficient amount of trades. Sounds like a plan, slut. He then began to run around and lead other piglins away as you exchanged hits with the wither skeletons in front of you. Everything began to overwhelm you, from the amount of mobs surrounding you, all of you, to the huge amount of pressure you're feeling right now. Kekwa indeed. Sapnap began to call out, peeved tone seeping out of his voice. Dream! Dream rolled his eyes. Let's go this way. He was visibly irritated as he was pressured, but hopefully everyone would shrug it off. Dream and Snapnap are gonna kill each other, dude. You all bolted towards the right direction to the portal, the one you finally recognized, and gasped in relief when you spotted the familiar purple particles flaring into the air. Dream reaches it first, not entering the vortex, and instead opted out to take a swing at it, approaching aggressive piglin mob. Get in now! Without a second thought, Snapnap and George had entered the portal, their bodies slowly disappearing into the overworld the longer they stayed in. You glanced back at Dream and hesitated. Daddy Dream indeed. You didn't want to leave him behind. Dream frowned at you. Go! Daddy Dream, you don't have to talk to me like that. Ah! When you didn't budge, Dream had instead pushed you through the portal. Oh my gosh, hey Evan, we're doing a dating sim. And don't apologize, dude. Thank you for even stopping by. When you came... Ooh, fancy. When you came to, your first reaction was to frantically check your surroundings for your other companions. We're here, slut. We're here. What? When did it become a jungle biome? From behind, you hear Snapnap and George seemingly out of breath. The older of the two was lying on his back, whilst the other was seated on a nearby grass block and wiping the sweat from his chin. George's voice wavered when he spoke up. Where's Dream? Your heart sank when you had to explain that what had happened before you teleported back into the overworld. Wait, did Dream die? Dude, it didn't say that Dream died. They both frowned at this. Of course he would. We have to go back, see if he's still there. We need to help him. Before the argument could get any bigger, Dream had suddenly appeared into the overworld. Listen, Landon, it's special. Dream fell from... Dream just dies, dude. What if that would be great. That would leave Goggy all to myself. Before the argument could get any bigger, Dream had suddenly appeared into the overworld. He landed onto the grass with a harsh thud. Dream! You all rushed over to his side, to which he waved off. Both Snapnap and George helped him up onto his feet. I'm fine. Health check, guys. You all weirdly nodded before looking up to your own health bars. George says that he has 4 left. You and Sapnap have the same amount of 3. Dream only had half a heart. Sapnap frowned as George crossed his arms. What happened to being careful, Dream? What? I hate the sound effects, dude. Anyways, Dream waves him off as he pulled out a piece of bread to replenish his hunger to regen. All that matters is that we're fine. It was our first and hopefully last time in the Nether. Of course, it ended up messy. A single piece of bread. You were about to hand him your golden apple, but he noticed and stopped you from doing so. No, I'm not getting this out of the Minecraft tag. I told you, you need it more than I do. You frowned. Minecraft, look at the surroundings, it's Minecraft. You frowned, but didn't push. You stashed it back into your inventory as Sapnap approached him to craft Eyes of Ender. As they successfully crafted a few, Dream flicked one up. It slowly rises and leans toward one direction before ultimately plunging to the ground. There is no Dream SMP fanfic tag, dude. The blonde catches it right before it lands and double checks if it's snapped into 2. Well, we have our lead. Let's go. You all then fell into step with each other. The walk was quiet, save for the occasional clinking of the Ender eyes that came from Dream. It was a bit too quiet for your liking. Check up on who? George, of course. You slowed your pace down to match with George's, who was situated on the very end of your little line of follow the leader. The colorblind male. Dude, the way this reads is a Wattpad fanfic. The colorblind male had been munching on a share of bread, effectively replenishing his health. I know! That's what I'm caught up on too. He nods as he swallows his recent bite. I'm all good, slut. Thanks for asking. Do you need anything? The only food I've seen you wield was the apple from way earlier. You shook your head, letting him know that you have your own stash of foods. A little bit of silence filled the space between you two before George spoke up this time. So, do you have any questions? Like, in general? I just figured that since you've been with us this entire time, might as well get to know each other a bit more. Little do you know, Goggy, I know everything. I want to figure out how they ended up here. No, they would totally not vomit, dude. It was a question that has stayed in your mind ever since you fell into the realm. How did all of this even start? George seemed to not anticipate this question since his cheeks and ears were tinged with rosy pink. About that, it was kind of my fault. What? It was an error in the code that we were trying out right then. I activated it before Dream told me to, just to check if it would work properly, and all of a sudden, we woke up in this world. Yeah, he blushing, but he wouldn't be able to tell if he looked in the mirror because he's colorblind. Maybe I shouldn't have tested it. But that makes that makes literally no sense. Bless you woo indeed. He sheepishly answered, regret lacing his voice. You reassure him that whatever he has done wasn't his fault, even though it was. It was just a weird glitch in the system that had transported all of you into the game. No person can actually pull that off intentionally. George looks at you properly before giving you a small smile as he understood your intentions. Oh my god! Stop it, Landon! He thanks you, but his voice was as low as a whisper. Everyone stopped walking when Dream halted in his tracks. It's down here. He announces as he whipped out his pickaxe, beginning to mine a way through the ground. You don't use a pickaxe for dirt. George's Snapnap had gone down to the same thing on either side of him, so you decided to follow through and mimic their actions in front of the whole Dream made. Whipped out his pick. Which one, though? Am I right? You continued to dig deeper, not even paying attention until you realized you dug through the stronghold ceiling and fell through. Like, slut! You've dealt a bit of damage to yourself thanks to your clumsiness. Dream has safely landed with a water MLG, and so did George, although he let his water spread around for a bit for Snapnap to land safely in. You're gonna give us a heart attack, slut. Be careful next time. No, what do you mean? I don't know what you're talking. What? You let out a sheepish chuckle as you pulled out an apple from your inventory and proceeded to munch on it to regen. You all took a better look at which part of the stronghold you guys were located in. You all realized you're in the middle of it with 3 pathways. The end portal, the library, and a way to another hallway. Sapnap lets out a huff. Lucky. You patted off the remaining dirt off of your clothes as Dream began towards the portal room, getting rid of the silverfish spawner before starting on filling in the gaps of the portal itself. Bye, Landed. Sapnap scratches his head before heading off to the empty hallway that leads to an iron door. Will I be able to finish this in one stream? I'll go over there and check if there's any stuff I can grab before we enter. Same. I'll check over here. You were then left to your own devices yet again. I think he went to the library. Okay, he did. He did go to the library. As you entered the room, you were greeted by tall rows of bookshelves filled to the brim. Hearing the clink of the iron door closing behind you, George called out from the corner of the room. I'm right here! Clink! You followed the sound of his voice leading you to him. As he closed the chest, he proceeded to seat on it. Seat on it? Just a compass and a few blank pages, nothing useful. He mutters out a little, oh yeah, and proceeds to bring out his crafting table, seemingly creating a bow along with some arrows. When did you get feathers, my dude? A moment of silence has seeped into your conversation before he called out to you. Slut? I can't with this dude! I can't! It's just his mouth, dude. I can't. They're so good. It's so good. I want to die. Oh my god. No, stop calling him sexy! He looked at him. He seemed a bit nervous and flustered. I figure that maybe this will be the last time we'll be able to talk in a calmer matter, let's say. So, I just wanted to admit something. Slut, I think you're really amazing. I hope I don't, overwhelm you or anything. I just wanted to let you know that. Thank you for the dono. Psst. Oh my god. He throws his head back in laughter at your response. He's gonna kiss you. Yeah, kiss me, Goggy. That's such a dumb joke. You both snickered at the reference you've made. George looks at you properly. Kiss me. Yeah, I'm really glad we're friends, slut. No, I wanna be You simply grinned at him. He mirrors your expression. He hops off the chest. I was friends though, dude. Let's head back. I'm pretty sure Sapnap's calmed his nerves and Dream's finished up the portal by now. You nodded and followed his lead out the chamber. As everyone started to regroup, the quiet humming of the finished in portal echoes out. Nervously, Sapnap speaks. Stop calling him sexy, Alexa, please. Any encouraging words before we hop in? Turn to George. When George meets your gaze, his face was slightly tinted pink. Me? You want me to? All 3 of you had simply encouraged him with smiles on your faces. George sighed, shaking his head a bit before looking back at all of you with a smile of his own. All right, then. I know most of this was my fault. It was all your fault. But there's no time to dwell on that now. What matters is that we're close to what's probably the solution, and that we'll be able to escape this realm and return back home. Everyone had given each other affirming glances, reassuring one another that they're ready before staring down towards the black vortex. I love the pants, dude. You gripped on the axe and shield you were wielding, your nerves making you feel all jittery. On 3? Sapnap shakily breathes. 1, 2, and everyone began to run up. 3! Stop saying 4! You braced yourself as the discomfort of teleporting began to set in. You covered your mouth as you landed onto the obsidian platform, trying to get a hold of yourself. George shakes his head as he checks everyone right after landing. Slut, are you okay? You waved him off, coughing as you do so. It doesn't particularly convince him, but he trusts you enough to regain your balance yourself. Dream and Sapnap seem to have gotten used to the feeling of teleporting as they appeared fine. They did it once, dude. You struggled to get back on your feet as they began to build their way towards the center of the island, Okay, I gotta read that sentence again. You struggled to get back on your feet as they began to build their way towards the center of the island where the dragon was situated. Okay, that is a sentence, I think. You got yourself on your feet and caught up to them. Go ahead and push towards the dragon. I'll take care of the ender crystals. Make every shot count, George. Of course. He runs off to the sides as he already begun aiming at the top of the pillars. Dream turns to you. Me and Sapnap will go ahead and land attacks on the Ender Dragon. You steer clear from her, alright? Kill some Endermen and grab the pearls. They drop so that you can filter them to us or use them for yourself if you have to flee. You oblige, staying in the outer ring of the island as the two childhood friends rush towards the middle. You dare to make eye contact with tall void-like mobs to aggravate them. It proved effective as they began to open their mouths, their irritating buzz getting louder as they launched themselves at your shield. You shoved them away and attempted to land hints on them whilst taking caution of any of their attacks that managed to get too near to you. After taking at least 2 hits from the mob, you counted the amount of ender pearls you've gained whilst eating some bread to regenerate your health. Of course. Seeing that you've gotten quite a lot, you quickly jumped into the middle to throw some to Dream and Sapnap. Thanks, slut! Sapnap manages to catch all of it, tossing the other half towards the blonde who just landed his water MLG. After a few more minutes of combat, it seemed that the Ender Dragon's health had depleted until halfway. George had done this job of shooting of all the healing crystals. You were busy looking around the older male when the dragon had launched a fireball near you. You had only heard a soft thudding sound. Before you knew it, you were surrounded by purple particles that began to burn you. Slut! Use an ender pearl! Get out of here! You fumble over the items in your inventory, finally stumbling over the sphere-like object and throwing it away to somewhere safer. I know, right? I love it when they say my name. Say it again, Daddy Dream. Your breath was shaky in short puffs as you teleported. You look up to your health bar to see you had 2.5 hearts left. Slut, are you okay? You wanted to reassure them that you're fine, even a wave of your hand, but the required effort to do so as much was too much for you, and you ended up making you feel a lot more lightheaded. George, we need you! Being the nearest one to you, George glances back to you worriedly. You shook your head in an attempt to tell him to go help the others. George furrowed his eyebrows together before turning away and ran towards the middle. I'm right here. We need your help in keeping the dragon away from Slut. Got it. Right, Dream was the sole person out of everyone in your group to have experienced being on half a heart, and you were close. To say it hurt was sugarcoating it. You felt excruciating pain as your heart tried to make up for the blood that you've lost from the recent situation. As you breathed heavily, you fiddled around for the golden apple that had stayed in your inventory the entire time. The last time you glanced at the dragon's health bar, it was nearly finished. Just a few critical hits and it would be over. You sighed as you took your time, finally being able to fish it out from all of your belongings. You were able to eat it when you heard bellowing noise from above. The Ender Dragon was coming right at you. Slut! I was close, yeah. You froze up and shut your eyes tight as you braced yourself for what was about to happen. You heard the noise of a hit. You didn't feel any pain. You opened your eyes and saw... Gogi! Gogi, no! Gogi! Oh, okay, wait, he didn't die, we're fine. George, who had his bow up and fired his last arrow at the dragon that had been only 1 hit away. The dragon screeches as it levitates up, light... Stop calling him second! Light protruding its body as it slowly disintegrated into specks of particles and EXP points. And right then, a sound effect echoes about from George himself. George Not Found has made the achievement. Free the end. Good job, Gogi. Everything was silent before all 3 of them began to whoop loudly. Whoop, whoop. Oh my god, George, you did it. Yeah, that's our boy! That's my favorite white boy. Anyways, George was then lifted into the air by the 2, the male himself laughing loudly as they all cheered. After a whole while of being stunned, you let out your share of giggles. The boys turned around as they heard you laugh. Their faces softened as they lowered the older male down, approaching you. Dream and Sapnap helped you up to your feet, and George passes you the golden apple you dropped. Be careful with your things next time, okay, slut? He smiles at you as you nodded, your face flushing at clumsiness last minute that had caused you to be endangered in the first place. You mutter a small thanks while proceeding to nibble at the fruit, to which his smiles grew sweeter at. Okay, that was a sentence again. Alright, let's go home, guys. Dream hollers out. Sapnap approaches him, slinging his arm around him in some weird side hug. They both laughed as they made their way toward the middle. I can't either, that's the thing! You, on the other hand, had taken slow strides beside George. He seemed to have noticed that you felt nervous. Hey, it'll be okay. We'll be back home once we enter the portal. His tone was soft, comforting. You were thankful for him, understanding your feelings as you both made your way to the portal. But how is he gonna get my contact info, bro? I need to go to England. I need to get paid. You all stared down at the black swirling vortex with particles swirling around, mixing with hints of teal. On 3, everyone grinned at him. 1, 2, 3! Slut and George. Bro, we both said it at the same time. That is so sweet. You woke up on your bedroom floor, clutching at your throbbing head. And your throbbing dick. It seemed that you had fallen over your chair. You hear your phone buzzing from your desk. Groaning, you crawled over to check what your notifications were going off for. For the first few spams, it had been from your friends, as you were apparently late for your Hypixel game together with them. The most recent one was, George not found went live. Fixing my chair. George not found. George. Minecraft. The realm. You quickly press on the notification, the stream's audio booming out of your phone's speaker. Sorry, guys. I know we're supposed to be doing a Minecraft challenge right now, but our connections did some sort of blip, and now my chair's wrecked! The chat roars in laughter. How can you hear a chat laugh? Also, that's a dream VOD? Anyways, finding it hilarious that he had fallen off his chair to the point of breaking it. Wow, chat, you guys aren't feeling nice tonight, huh? Your heartbeat rising, you impulsively sent a dono to try and catch his attention. He stops holding the pieces that belong to his chair to check on the donation. Okay, who just donoed? Thank you for the dono. You think you're... George stopped himself when he had read your username. Slut? Hold on. DM me on Twitter. Do you have the same username? You had to be quick. You knew how fast people can be at taking names and usernames and impersonating people. You immediately transferred to Twitter, the stream turning into a picture-in-picture form and situating itself on the bottom corner of your phone, and sent him a message. George! It's me. Do you remember everything? The Minecraft room, the library, the Ender Dragon? You your heart rate picks up as you anxiously wait for a response. You hope you were quick enough. You heard his quick typing noises from his stream as the chat zoomed by with your name combined with a bunch of question marks, asking who you were. And then suddenly, someone joined the call. Dream! George, what the hell are you doing? It's Slut! What do you mean it's Slut? Mute your mic on stream, you idiot. The audio from both Dream and George's mic have been silenced. And then suddenly you have a notification beep from Twitter. Hey! I remember you, Slut. Do you want to hang out on MC later after I fix my chair? Maybe do a challenge and record it? You hesitated, remembering what he said. Immediately, he added another response. I'll proofread the code this time, don't worry. I know! Finally, right? I'll do 2. 3 times! I'll even get Dream and Snapmap to do it! You let an amused chuckle as you typed in a reply. It's okay, George. Of course I'll play with you after your stream. Smiley face. Oh! Oh, cool! Okay, cool! Can't wait! Smiley face. I know, I hate it. You smile so hardly that your eyes shut, bringing your phone close to your chest. You can't wait for the challenge. Is that George or is that me? That's the question. I got the platonic end? Oh? A new player? Interesting. You must be Slut. I'm XD. I'm in charge of everything in between here. It seems that you've unlocked an ending. That's really cool. Say, if you could unlock everyone's ending, maybe you can help me find a secret code. I've been seeing an opening here and there, but I'm having some trouble achieving the code I need. Maybe it'll benefit you too. Oh, does this mean I have to play it like 5 more times? But then it'll be up to you if you'd like to help me. It'd be really cool if you do. Until then, I'll see you next time. Dude, that means I'll have to play it again. But I think that'll be for another stream. Because dear God. Okay. So I have to kiss George. I'll kiss George. I'll kiss George. I'll kiss George next time I play this game. Okay? Wait, oh, I only have to play this 3 times because there's no dream endings. There's only sapnap endings. Okay, sweet. Well, that was definitely a trip. That is for sure. That was a trip and a half, you may even say. Like, George stepped towards you, nervously sweats. Like, yeah, but it's fine. You felt your eyes closing? Please. As he approached, stop it. Listen. I promise you, Alexa, next time I stream this, I will make out with George, right? Just for you, okay? I'll speedrun this. I'll speedrun it. But I didn't know that there would be more. I didn't know that there'd be a secret, quote-unquote, ending. But, this was definitely interesting. That's for sure. Alexa, since you liked it so much, I will do it again. Because you are my favorite viewer. So, I'll do it again. I might stream again later tonight at like 2 a.m. It depends if Bex wakes up. But yeah, so that was the stream. Thank you, Alexa, for coming. Thank you, Evan, for coming. It's been very fun. It's been very cash money. I'm going to go eat some dinner. I love you too, Alexa. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.